right. Hello and good evening. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Do I sound okay?
You sound
I'm
just
in my little
okay.
hotel room, and I know it's not the background everybody wants to see. And my hair is looking a little crazy today. For some reason, the new pomade that I'm putting in it does not hold my hair down. It looks like my Puerto Rican is showing, but it's all good. I don't know. I think that being out here, I'm out here in Florida, just
Oof.
enjoying the nice sun and the nice gators and everything. And it's cool. It's cool. Except for the drivers are fucking crazy over here. The drivers are pretty nuts. Everybody drives really fast on your ass for no reason whatsoever. They know they can go around you. I don't understand it.
It's usually like a 2-lane road, freeway, whatever you
Yeah,
want to call it. If you're gonna go like super effing fast, you're in the fast
down the
lane.
left. Yeah,
Don't even like if you're
yeah,
just trying to pass somebody, get back out of it because somebody's just trying to fly.
yeah.
Yeah. But the problem is the cops are there because there's only like one or two freeways. So it's go 85.
That's good to
They
know.
you could flip a coin. You could flip a coin.
But
Maybe
he
you
was going
get
faster than me. Yeah, I
like, well, I
caught you.
caught you.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
got
it's
here at 2 in the morning, and everybody was just
oh.
driving over 80, like easily. It was almost like pandemic days when the freeway was open, and everybody was
Oh,
just driving so insanely nuts. Remember that? It was freeing. It was nice.
you're also driving with the meth heads, so yeah, they're
Yeah,
driving 80 miles per hour because they're just gnawing their teeth together.
dude. I felt like I was being followed yesterday. It was pretty nutty. It was weird. Like it was all the way from the airport
Mm.
all the way to the hotel. And it was almost like a full 20 minutes. And you can probably argue like, oh, they were probably heading to the same hotel. There's a shit ton of hotels down on the street. I even almost made it to where I was going one way and then went the other way. And then they swerved like that too. And so I was like, oh shit. So once I got into off like the freeway where it was nobody's there, I
Mm.
finally I saw a red light and I was looked like I was gonna stop and then I just ran through it. And then the person was still stopped there. And I think there was a cop too. So I lucked out because they didn't stop me. But I just zoomed to my hotel because I don't know, man. It was freaky. It was weird. I just felt like it felt eerie. I just had a bad feeling about it. So better safe than sorry. I
Yeah.
just booked it, found the opportunity to do. But speaking of anxiety and fear,
Yeah.
I heard an interesting quote. I was walking the dogs like I always do,
Always.
and I was listening to music, and I was listening to our dear friend Alan Watts, and he was talking about how the only way to face danger or to handle danger is to face it. And if you start getting frightened of it, then you make it worse because then you create so many threats and bogeys that don't exist at all. Whenever you meet a ghost, don't run away because the ghost will capture the substance of your fear and materialize itself out of your own substance and kill you. And so it's the idea of whenever you're scared or you feel fear from something, not just a ghost, because ghosts don't exist, right? Then you just want to you just want to face it head on, approach it. You don't want to run away from it because it's always going to follow you, it's always going to haunt you.
We all do it instinctively. We all run because, oh crap, you're scared. You run away. It's the same thing with problems too. You're just like, man, I don't have time to deal with this. I can't deal with this right now. Or I need to put this off. How much time do I have to get that done? Okay. But man, just think if you got the problem and you just, or at work stuff, you got it done when you got it, man. But priorities.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
procrastination is like a little devil of itself too, right?
That's the
So, oh man,
chasing
that
you.
one thing. It's a ghost chasing you. That's good. I'm a procrastinator, man. I'm a master procrastinator. Not a master other thing, but a master procrastinator. Yeah. So a chronic one too, like I mentioned. And for me, it keeps me going though. Like that's my strength, right? Like I've built up a strength or like I stress the shit out of myself by procrastinating, but that's when I do my best work. I create a problem and then I create a solution to the problem. So, for instance, I guess somebody could be like, "Oh, Gabe, where's that thing? This thing was supposed to be done like months ago. Don't worry, I got you." And I get it done in a day. And then all of a sudden, there's like, "Oh my god, you're a hero! Thank you." Don't worry, man, I got you. But it's just I create the problem and I sell you the solution to that problem. So I guess I'm a genius in some ways, right? I'm just, and here I am selling myself out. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It took me a while to realize that where I'm just like, why do I procrastinate? And I realized it's a bad thing to do because it's just so stressful and I stress everybody else out around me. But I do my best work when I'm under pressure for whatever reason.
That might be an easy fix. Just give yourself, I got 2 hours to get this done. There's your stressor. So if I don't get this done, I don't know. You have to give $20 to your wife or something like that. Every hour that you're late. Oh, you'll get that stuff done. Come on, create some challenges for yourself just so you can get it done. And then, all right. And then you go, oh, whew, got that done. Regardless if they need
Yeah,
it next month or whatever.
that's
Because you're going
true.
to have them
I don't
all.
know.
Because you'll
Yeah.
have problems every day. And you'll be like, I can just put that off till tomorrow. Or, I'll
Yeah.
give this over to so. And they'll have to throw the ball back eventually.
Oh, I
It's like, oh, I'd
wish.
love to, but so and just get it done.
Do
Like
you
you
consider yourself
said,
a procrastinator? Are you one?
abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like, matter of fact, I think everybody does. It's just, it's so tiny and minor, but then it becomes like this mountain when it started off as a pebble. And you're just like, holy crap, I can't even get out of this.
It was just a little hill and it became Mount Everest. But then you
Right.
feel like you conquered something afterwards. So do you think it's good to procrastinate then in a way? Because you just create a bigger problem, more stress. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. But why do you want to get so close to the edge every single time? Why not just be
I
like, you
don't
know what?
know.
Because if you build some things in place just to get yourself like, "All right, I'm reaching that threshold where I need to start reeling it in so it doesn't get too stressful." Because over time, just those constant just of stress, that last bam, that's it, man.
Yeah.
So take it easy. Plan it
Yeah. They
out.
say stress kills, right? But it also
No
keeps you
joke.
alive. But it keeps you alive though, too. Because there's the idea that most people, like elderly people when we were in tribes, once you lost meaning or once you didn't have anything else to do, you died. You deteriorated so quickly. And
Yeah.
it also happens with, I think, retirement, right? When we're done working, we get so bored, we want to do something. But I think if you also don't fill your time with, you croak over.
Yeah.
And I think it's the idea that you have to have things to do. So I think there's obviously, and I never understood it before, but there was a health teacher that I had back in, I think it was high school. And he mentioned, oh, there's good stress. I'm like, bullshit. When you're a kid, you're just like, stress sucks. You go to your parents, give them your bad report card, and you're like, oh, fuck, man. They're going to yell
Yeah.
at me. It's going to be bad, right? They're like, the wrong kid died. Like, have you ever seen that movie?
Oh
But
man.
my siblings are alive. But no, it's tough. And I think for me, procrastination is probably that like ghost that haunts me. And I guess I just have to run head on into it and really just try and conquer it in some ways. Like you said, just find some skills and little tricks, trick myself into making sure like you're saying, maybe I have to give my wife $20. She'll love that every time I procrastinate or something like that. But what about you? What's your ghost? What haunts you from a practicality standpoint, I would say?
It's it's always making sure that I got all of my ducks in a row with my tax stuff. Oh, I'm gonna go, and every year I end up owing. And when I actually sat and talked to the tax person, I'm like, dude, what's going on? This is wild that I am owing so much money. And then
What does
she
this
looks
mean? Yeah.
she looks at it and she goes, "Oh, make this change. Yeah, just make that one change and you'll be fine." I'm like, "That's it?" And I go, "Say less." As soon as I got home, I made that change to my tax form. Ah,
And
it,
now
it
you
would
owe
be
less.
for next
Oh, okay.
this year.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So,
Jeez, they took you to the cleaners, huh?
yeah. But Again, lesson learned. You can't just set it and forget it.
Damn. And I guess I can, the idea, now I know better next time. We were talking about that a little bit earlier,
Mhm.
right? On our own time, where the idea of it sucks, but you have to learn. You have to make mistakes. Like Miss Frizzle would say, right? Is that what was her name? I can't remember. Magic School Bus. You ever watch that
Yeah,
when you were a
and for
kid?
well, no, I didn't watch.
You're showing your age, man. That's good.
And say I've seen
I
it.
am.
Yeah,
Yeah. We gotta get
asshole.
dirty, make mistakes and stuff like that. And it's true. At some point, getting dirty and getting messy will someday kill you too. So it's a hard lesson in life. Is like you have to make mistakes, and you just don't know what mistakes are actually gonna either financially ruin you
Yeah,
or just ruin you and put you in the ground. And there's just certain things that you just can't help. Like if I've been forgetting to brush my teeth these last few days, and it's is that because I forgot my toothbrush. So it's like, is that going to come back and haunt me? We're like, oh, dude, you got an infection. It's hit the brain, and there's nothing we can do now. Did you forget to floss for? I was out traveling for 3 days. That's what did it. And we told you you needed to floss, and what'd you do? You procrastinated, and those 3 days. Now
that's what
you're gonna
did
be
it.
6 feet in the ground. How long do I have? We got 10 years. Oh, okay, that's not too bad, but I don't know. It's just there's certain things like that where you wonder, woulda, shoulda, coulda, and
Yeah,
especially flying too is scary. I had the jitters flying out over here because I was just thinking, I was like, what if it's my last time? And I don't mean
yeah,
that to be morbid, but it was just because I forgot what happened. But I kept asking my wife because it was her birthday that was
yeah.
coming up, and I was just like, hey, let me take you out. I want to take you out to dinner. I want to take you out for your birthday. No, I'm fine. I don't want to do anything. We can do it when you get back. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, what if I don't come back? You know what I mean? Then she's gonna remarry, and then she's gonna be like, yeah, that asshole never took me out for my birthday, and I'm gonna be that guy. So there's just like little
No,
things that I think about that where I'm just like, and it's a little selfish too at the same time because here I am thinking like she's gonna remarry, but I'm like, no. I'm like, people are usually like, hey, I want you to be happy. But don't fuck that guy over there. Don't marry whatever your friend's name is or whatever, that guy who you work with. I don't want to see him in your life when I'm a ghost. Stay away from him.
every
Yeah.
time I fly, my wife knows that I'm either taking off or basically I'm just taking off. I always
Yeah.
text her, "I love you."
Yeah.
So every time I take off, I just say that. And when she gets back to it or she doesn't get back to it, I always want to make it if that ever does happen for me, at least she knows that's the last thing she heard from me. So I do it every
That's sweet, man. Does she do the same for you when she's flying?
she
You're like,
doesn't
no.
fly. She doesn't fly. When
Oh, okay.
she's flying with me.
But do you think that she would though? Would she say, "Hey, I love you" if she were to fly out without
I don't
you?
know. I don't know.
I don't think my
She
wife would. I don't think my wife does because she's flown out a couple times. But I feel like I'm the one. I'm the more like emotional one in the relationship, the more clingy one. So, hey,
yeah.
babe, I love you. Hey, I miss you. I've been trying to call her this whole time that I'm on this trip, and she's like, "Hey, I got the kids. No, it's not a good time." I'm like, all
That's going to
right,
happen.
cool. It does. I get that. So I wasn't too butthurt about it, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I was just kind of like. Then I called her again in the morning, not too early because 3 hours ahead, but and she's, oh, the baby, they're napping. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Talk to you later. She's, oh, I'll call you tonight. And I'm like, it's 8:24, so it's 5:30 over there almost.
Yeah.
She's not gonna call. I don't think I'm gonna get a. I don't think I'm gonna get a call. But I don't know. It's like little things like that. She even texted me back saying, because I tried calling her again, and then she was like, "Oh, we're at the doctor's office," and I'm just like, "Is everything cool? Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's just a checkup." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But I just have like anxiety, like crazy
Yeah.
sometimes because I'm just wondering, I'm like, the what ifs, right? That's what I live on is the what ifs, the hypothetical stuff that can happen. And I try and live in the now and I'm trying to get better on it. But I would definitely say ghosts that haunt me, the things that will probably kill me because I give them too much power, too much over me, like in the quote from Alan Watts, is that it's probably my anxiety and then my procrastination, right? My wife's probably gonna have to throw me in a garbage bin because I probably didn't plan well enough for my own funeral. He didn't pay for the cremation. He didn't pay for the coffins. Throw me out of the car. Put me in the street.
Just dig a hole in the backyard and just throw in a car box.
Oh God, no flowers grow there at all. It's just a rotten patch of
It's
ground.
natty over there. It's so
It's nasty
nasty.
over there. I don't
Yeah,
know, but that's all
that's
you got,
gonna
man. You just
happen.
have taxes. That's your ghost right there. Taxes. You got nothing else. Come on,
That's a financial one that really kicks you in
it
the
really
nether
hurts.
region.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's the one that hurts. But just waiting to get certain things around the house fixed is another thing too. It's like going, oh man, I need to get that thing fixed. I need to get that thing fixed. And then
Yeah.
if you don't get it fixed, you hear like that last little clunk clunk or a little okay, that was the last one, guys. So don't touch it. I'm calling somebody right now. And then at that point, it's like, man, you jacked it up so much. It was only going to be this like little $10 fix, but
Not
now
anymore.
it's, but you'll be
Yeah.
good. You'll be good. It could have been a lot worse than that. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. It's like having a car is definitely a luxury, and getting something serviced. I didn't service my past cars as much as I should have, and it definitely showed. Like they definitely wore down to the ground. But my wife, she has her cars and she crashes them, and that's when it's end of life for them. So it's just different. Like I don't know what it is, but her Ford Taurus. I forgot what happened to it, but like the AC compressor or something went bad, and then it was gonna cost like Jesus, like 2,500 to fix or something. Like that. She just said, "Never mind, I'm just gonna get something different." Crashed a Versa, crashed a Honda Civic, and then now we have a Honda HRV. So knock on wood, I think we're good. But is this plywood? Hope so. But I don't know, man. It's like for me, like my Jeep Cherokee, I didn't service it enough. It overheated and blew up. Not like explosion wise, but overheated and blew.
overheated. Yeah.
Yeah. And then my Fiesta.
Oh, the
What happened to my
Fiesta.
Fiesta? Good old Fiesta. I couldn't even go up the hills properly. It would struggle so bad. It would go to Anaheim Hills and I'd drive up and it's like a little golf cart
Trying,
that could
man. It's
fit four
trying.
people. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little Fiesta that could.
No, for
I don't
me,
know. Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of like crazy ghosts. Obviously, I'm working on some of my demons. Those are different. But ghosts, it's usually stuff that I think I can put off. Man, I'm
Okay.
starting to think about I'm getting up there in age. I need to start really doubling down on my investments just so that I'm ready for retirement. Just speaking of which, that's funny that you were talking about it earlier because that's what we were just talking about, like all the steps we need to take just to be able to be set to live comfortably, not crazy, just comfortably years beyond.
What is
So
comfortably for you?
just living like
What
I'm
does that
living
look
now.
like? Just that? Oh, so the same thing?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we
Okay.
don't plan on going anywhere. If we could just live like this, where, yeah, I just do the normal stuff, nothing crazy. Maybe have one vacation that's been planned out for a year. That's pretty much it. But
I think that's like a fear when you get older too, is you want to just be able to stay in the house, not get put into an old person's home. 'Cause I know that's kind of like the big fear too, is like making sure your kids either take care of you or you have the financial means to take care of yourself. Yeah.
that's the main thing too, is not putting any
Pressure on
unneeded
them.
stress on the
Hmm.
kids, of course,
Yeah.
because like we've taught them is nobody's going to help you. You got to understand that. You can't rely on other people because they will at some point let you down. And so
Yeah.
don't rely. So we haven't. My wife and I, we've done everything on our own.
So you and your wife both support that idea, the ideals that you kind of implanted in them, that you can't trust anybody.
It's not necessarily trusting anybody. It's just don't rely
Don't
on
rely. Okay.
people because at some point you yourself can become a burden if you rely on people because they're like, man, what do you want now? Oh, I know why you're coming around. You want this. Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get the pleasantries out of the way. What's going on? So now it's just not even like you're there to actually see them. So just eliminating the help, so to speak, just financially is usually the one that makes everybody go crazy. It just makes life easier for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. It's definitely the idea that I live all together with my family. It's like when someone gets sick, and just because they're older,
Yeah.
the father-in-law, like I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but with age, it just happens. So, what's that even look like? Because even he was talking to me a couple weeks ago of just because they have the really nice room with a mountain view and they have the outside port balcony patio and stuff like that and
Yeah.
huge bathroom with a bathtub, huge bathtub and everything, and walk-in closet. I'm just like, man, that room's nice. And they have that room. And not that our room isn't nice, but their room is just, it's almost like it's a little taste of luxury. But there, he loves it. But he was even saying how he doesn't want to give it up. But now he's starting to understand like they might have to move downstairs at some point because the stairs will become a problem eventually for
Right.
them. And then that room downstairs is so small. So I'm just like, damn, to go from that to, or from what they have now to that, it's sad. Plus, that's my podcast room. I'm like,
How am I going to do this in this big, giant
yeah,
luxury room?
man, the
My
sound quality might
God.
go down. It's going to echo. I don't know. You guys may need to go to the casita, the outside house.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
No, but I understand that everybody's different. You have family around you. I
Yeah.
have my in-laws. They're healthy. They're doing financially well and they're retired and they're having a good time. So they're doing their thing. And my sister and brother-in-law, they have their own place. So everybody's cool.
Yeah.
But if we ever do any crazy moves or whatever, we typically just do it ourselves or we hire somebody because I know I could call somebody in the family and they would help out. But I also know too that it's hard. It's labor. It's not going to be like, hey, we're all just going to have a good time. It's work. Like
Yeah.
moving stuff around, having to lift heavy tables, you hurt your back, all that stuff. Somebody trips and falls and hurts himself. Just little things where you're just like, it just ruins the vibe. And I'm all about
Yeah.
just keeping everybody happy with themselves and just with me too, just with family because, hey, Ian was a good guy. Never asked for much, didn't do much. Good.
Just wait. Our podcast will be successful. And then all of a sudden they're going to be like, yeah, he was a great guy. He had tons of money. He was successful, but he was also very greedy.
Oh, me?
We'll
Wow.
get there. We'll get there at some point. Shit,
It,
man, I might be greedy too. My wife's like telling me, if you ever won $1 million, like I don't even think you'd stay with me. I'm like, no, of course I would. But it depends on what happens. What did you do?
wait, what happened? What happened?
I wouldn't be as easy to just let things go because just I don't have to put up with this BS anymore. So who knows? It goes for both of us. Like money changes people.
Yeah,
So
I know.
let's hope that more money is headed our way and we can make this successful and make it a thing. And then I can still procrastinate, but in a much better way.
Yeah. Speaking of procrastination, I would love for us to sit down and just go through all of them and just get it all wrapped up into a bow. But
You
I
have to give
guess,
me a time frame. You have to give me a date, a due date.
okay, 3/11,
Son of a bitch.
7 days, that's a week from now.
I know. I'm looking at the date right now. I'm
And you're just
like,
like, ah,
cool.
dang it. Heck, you know what?
311. I
I'll even
should.
wear the shirt too to prove it.
Okay.
Like, I'll start wearing 311 shirts. You're getting close, buddy.
With a little countdown of like when
Yeah,
time's up and it's like sweating balls, like trying to get it done. And like, done
yeah,
with 2 seconds to
exactly.
spare.
But yeah, all
Yeah, man, you did
procrastinate.
it.
We all procrastinate, and we definitely make ourselves our own worst enemy, and we also put it on ourselves. We make ourselves anxious, paranoid over things that could have easily been taken care of if you just started the process when you got the issue in front of you. And now you have to triple time just to get to where you need to go. You're just creating all this chaos when, man, it could have been just boop and boop. And you're just going through getting it done. efficiently and effectively. But there's a lot of other things too. I think that a lot of people that are listening would be able to leave their comments down below and let us know what you think that really just makes you. We'd like to hear it. Gabe, take us out.
And remember, all of us have a past. All of us have things that haunt us. But at the end of the day, be A-okay.